All right. So what type of diabetes do you have?
I have type 1 diabetes.
All right. And then what age were you diagnosed?
I was diagnosed when I was 13,
All right. So how many years have you had it then?
about 4.5, roughly 4.5.
All right. And then what symptoms led to your diagnosis?
I was very thirsty. I could never could quench my thirst.
All right. And do you remember what your A1C was when you were diagnosed?
I don't believe I got my A1C tested when
Okay.
I was diagnosed.
And how did you feel about your diagnosis?
I was very sad. I actually cried. Like, it was supposed to be my cousin's party, and it turned into sorrow for me when I got diagnosed. I thought my athletic career was over. I thought I could no longer play sports, and I was just going to be this kid that had to go home after school and just do my homework really early. Um, I didn't think it would be what it would be now.
All right. And does diabetes run in your family?
No. My grandpa has type 2, and then my grandma on my dad's side had, she was on the verge of type 2, but her doctors found it early and said, if you do this, if you exercise and eat healthy, you can run away from type 2 and you won't get it.
Okay. And what treatments do you use for your diabetes?
I use insulin and the Humalog, and I use Lantus.
Okay. And then a pump or a pen?
I do a pump. I mean, a pen. I won't use a pump until I'm out of athletics. Due to athletics, that's my reason why I don't want one. But I am looking into a pump later on in the future.
Okay. And how often do you check your blood sugar?
Um, 4 to 5 times, and then when it comes to wrestling or any sport, it's about 4 to 5, 5 to 6.
Okay. And do you think that you do a good job of managing your diabetes?
I would say so, yeah. I try and keep my numbers below 200. There have been times where it was a struggle, and I had to call my doctors and get it fixed. But yeah, I would say so.
All right. And then do you recognize when your blood sugar is high, and what are the symptoms?
When my blood sugar's high, my stomach starts hurting. But that's only when it's really high. And when I say really high, like high 400s. But some people say, I think my mom says I get angry, or that when I'm high, or I think when I'm low, one of them.
So what are your symptoms when you're low then?
I get shaky, but I only get shaky when my numbers fall below 60.
Okay.
Below 50, actually, really.
All right. And then do you have a really restrictive diet or have anything that you avoid?
I avoid candy really as much as I can. And I drink pop, but it's strictly diet, so.
All right. And then do you do anything special to manage your diabetes?
No, none at all. I eat whatever I want. I have a ratio that allows me to eat whatever I want.
Okay. What's the hardest part about being diabetic?
People around you eating all these sweets and candy. Sometimes I would like to, have a piece or have a piece of cake without having to prick my finger and take insulin. And
How has your lifestyle changed since you were diagnosed?
I was some chubby kid that had a lot of weight on him, and when I became diagnosed, I lost 20 to 30 pounds. I actually was able to start building muscle after it, probably because I started weightlifting really. It just made me healthy, got me fit, got me to where I am now of lean and building muscle.
Okay. And how has your or can you run me through what a typical day looks like with your diabetes?
Wake up, I take a shower, I check my blood sugar, eat breakfast, take insulin. I'm in school right now, so I just go through my first 3 periods, 3.5 periods. I go check my blood sugar, take insulin, eat lunch, then go through the rest of the school day without anything, and then I head to work. If I'm feeling low, I'll just eat something real quick, and then off to work and working. And then when I'm off work, I tend to run home real quick so I can check my blood sugar, and depending on how late it is, grab something to eat or just take my Lantus.
Okay, and have you had any instances where your blood sugar was really low or high? Like a story?
It was sophomore year. My schedule, I had gym first period, and I was in second period right after gym, and it was a hard day in gym class. And I probably gave myself maybe a little too much insulin that morning, but I was starting to get the hot flashes sitting in second period, and I knew I had to be low because I was getting hot flashes, I wasn't feeling good, I was shaking, and when I checked my blood sugar, I was 32, and wasn't really good. I sat out of class for 15 minutes trying to get my blood sugar up. I had a high about last year, junior year, during the summer. No. Maybe it was sophomore year during the summer. I might have ate something that I thought didn't have a lot of sugar in it, or I completely forgot to take an insulin shot. Well, my blood sugar was 482, and I felt sick to my stomach. I came home to my mom and said, I don't feel well. I haven't felt well for about an hour or 2 hours, and tested my blood sugar, and it was 482, and I had large or moderate ketones, which is very bad, and called the doctor, and I had to take insulin for it, and had to be regulated for the night.